The Bad Batch Season 3's place in the Star Wars timeline means that the show could feature an Ahsoka Tano cameo that fills in a massive gap in her story. This will be the animated show's final season, and it will no doubt tie up most of Clone Force 99's adventures. The end of The Bad Batch Season 2 saw Omega captured by the Empire, and taken to Dr. Royce Hemlock's secret cloning facility on Mount Tantus. She has since escaped with the help of Crosshair, but we know at some point this season that the reunited Batch will wind up working with Captain Rex's underground network. That creates some tremendous story possibilities, foreshadowed by previous inclusion of the Martez sisters from the Clone Wars Season 7. The Bad Batch takes place during the first years of the Empire's reign, known as the Dark Times. According to the Star Wars Timeline book, the majority of their adventures have taken place within the first year. That means the Bad Batch Season 3 will take place towards the tail end of 18 BBY, or perhaps 17 BBY. This is an important period for Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, Ahsoka Tano, an Order 66 survivor who initially hid from the Empire, a story told in E.K. Johnston's novel Ahsoka. Ahsoka took up the name Ashla and worked on a remote farming moon called Rada. By the end of the novel, Ahsoka had rescued the people of Rada, connected with Senator Bail Organa, and officially joined the early rebels. According to Star Wars timelines, this had happened by 17 BBY. Ahsoka Tano's actions during the Dark Times are still a mystery. She took up the codename Fulcrum, and continued to operate under this codename many years later, when she appeared in the Star Wars Rebels Season 1 finale working as Hera Syndulla's rebel contact. But Star Wars is yet to reveal anything about her many missions for the early rebellion. It's possible Ahsoka could have been recruiting rebels, training them, or simply helping connect the different cells. It's known from Andor that the Rebel Alliance was fragile, and it took a lot for the different rebel groups to join forces and become a united front. So Ahsoka being the secret link between these different groups may be an interesting storyline for her to be a part of. Because The Bad Batch Season 3 will take place after Ahsoka Tano joined the Rebel Alliance, it's easy to imagine them seeking allies, and their potential sources of help are only a few steps removed from Ahsoka. They have already worked with the Martez sisters, for example, who were inspired to fight for the rebellion because of their encounter with Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. The Martez sisters could have easily been recruited by Ahsoka herself. Alternatively, Captain Rex is working with Senators Chuchi and Bail Organa, the latter of whom is literally Ahsoka's main commander. Should Clone Force 99 go to Rex, he could easily point them to Ahsoka. It remains to be seen whether this will happen, but it's surprisingly possible. With The Bad Batch Season 3 being one of the few animated Star Wars titles in development, it'll likely be one of the few ways this part of Ahsoka's story could be told. What did you think of the latest episode of The Bad Batch? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for coverage of The Bad Batch as a new episode premieres every week, and remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.